Hello, and welcome to Easy English Stories Home. I'm so glad you're here today because we're about to talk about something that can truly change your life. How to speak English fluently. Whether you're just starting out or you've been learning English for a while, this video will give you the tips, strategies, and motivation you need to speak English confidently and naturally. Now, let's take a moment to think about why learning to speak English is so important. English is not just a language, it's a global tool that connects people from different cultures, professions, and walks of life. It's the most widely spoken language in the world, and being able to speak it opens up countless opportunities. Imagine traveling to new places, meeting people from different countries, excelling in your career, or even watching your favorite movies and shows without subtitles. English makes all of that possible. But let's be honest, speaking English can feel challenging, even scary at times. You might worry about making mistakes, forgetting words, or not sounding fluent. Don't worry, you're not alone. And that's exactly why I've created this lecture for you. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about speaking English. We'll start by understanding the challenges many people face when learning to speak. Then, I'll guide you through practical steps you can take to improve, share tips to build your confidence, and even give you some fun exercises to practice. By the end, you'll feel ready to start speaking English with ease and excitement. So, are you ready to take the first step toward mastering English? Let's get started. Understanding the challenges. Now that we're ready to dive in, let's first talk about something very important: the challenges of speaking English. It's normal to feel nervous or even frustrated when learning to speak a new language, so let's explore why this happens and how we can overcome it. One of the biggest challenges is lack of confidence. Many learners feel shy or worried about how they sound when speaking English. They might think, "What if I make a mistake?" Or, "What if people laugh at me?" This fear can stop you from trying, but remember, confidence doesn't come naturally. It's built through practice and patience. Another challenge is limited vocabulary. Sometimes you may struggle to find the right words to express yourself. This can make conversations feel awkward or incomplete. But here's the good news. Building vocabulary is like building a house. You start with a strong foundation of basic words and slowly add more over time. Then there's the issue of pronunciation. You may know the words in your head, but when it's time to say them out loud, they don't sound right. This can feel discouraging, but pronunciation improves with listening and speaking regularly. Lastly, let's talk about the fear of making mistakes. Almost every English learner has experienced this. But guess what? Making mistakes is not a bad thing. It's actually the fastest way to learn. Every mistake you make is a step closer to improvement. These challenges are all part of the learning process, and they don't mean you can't succeed. Everyone who speaks English fluently today has faced these same struggles at some point. The key is to embrace the journey, be patient with yourself, and take small, consistent steps every day. So, if you've ever felt stuck or unsure about your ability to speak English, don't worry, you're not alone. And more importantly, you can overcome these challenges. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to do it. Steps to speak English fluently. Now that we've discussed the challenges, it's time to move on to the exciting part: the steps to help you speak English fluently. These steps are practical, easy to follow, and can fit into your daily routine. Let's go step by step. Step 1. Start with basic sentences and vocabulary. If you're just starting, focus on learning the most common and useful words and phrases. Think of the words you need in everyday situations, like greetings, introducing yourself, asking for help, or ordering food. For example, phrases like, "How are you?" "Can you help me?" or "I'd like a coffee, please," are simple but powerful. Starting small helps you build a strong foundation. Step 2. Practice speaking daily, even if it's just with yourself. Consistency is key when it comes to improving your speaking skills. Even if you don't have a partner to practice with, talk to yourself. Describe your day, your plans, or even what you're doing at the moment. For example, say out loud, "I'm making tea," or "I will go to the park." The more you use English, the more natural it will feel. Step 3. Focus on pronunciation and listening. Good pronunciation makes your speech clearer and helps others understand you better. Practice listening to native speakers through movies, podcasts, or videos. Try to mimic how they pronounce words and phrases. Pay attention to stress, intonation, and rhythm. One effective technique is shadowing. Listen to a short sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly as you heard it. Step 4. Expand your vocabulary in small, manageable steps. Don't try to learn hundreds of words at once. It's overwhelming. Instead, aim to learn 5 to 10 new words each day. Write them down, use them in sentences, and repeat them throughout the day. For example, if you learn the word delicious, try saying, "This pizza is delicious." Using new words regularly will help you remember them. Step 5. Think in English instead of translating. One common mistake is trying to translate sentences from your native language into English. This slows you down and makes it harder to sound fluent. Start training your mind to think in English. For instance, instead of thinking, "How do I say apple in English?" just picture the word apple directly. Start small with simple objects and thoughts and gradually expand to full sentences. Step 6. Engage in conversations with others. Speaking with other people is one of the fastest ways to improve. Find a language partner, join an English-speaking group, or connect with someone online. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on communicating your ideas. Remember, every conversation is a learning opportunity. Step 7. Use technology and tools to practice. In today's world, there are so many resources available to help you practice English. Use apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise for vocabulary. Listen to podcasts or YouTube channels like this one for listening and speaking practice. You can also use language exchange platforms to connect with native speakers. Bonus tip: make it fun. Learning English doesn't have to feel like hard work. Sing your favorite English songs, watch English TV shows, or play games in English. The more you enjoy the process, the more likely you are to stick with it. By following these steps consistently, you'll notice a big improvement in your ability to speak English. Remember, fluency doesn't happen overnight, but every small effort you make brings you closer to your goal. In the next section, we'll discuss common mistakes learners make when speaking English and how to fix them. But for now, take a moment to think about which of these steps you can start practicing today. Mistakes and how to handle them. Let's talk about something that every language learner faces: mistakes. Many people feel embarrassed or discouraged when they make mistakes, But here's the truth. Making mistakes is a natural and essential part of learning. Think of it this way. When a baby learns to walk, they fall many times before they take their first steps. The same is true for speaking English. Every mistake you make is a step toward fluency. One common mistake is mispronouncing words. For example, many learners might pronounce comfortable as comfortable instead of the correct way, comfortable. The best way to fix this is by practicing listening and repeating words as you hear them. Don't be afraid to slow down and focus on clarity. Another mistake is using incorrect grammar. For instance, saying he go to school instead of he goes to school. Grammar mistakes happen because you're still mastering the rules, and that's okay. To fix this, pay attention to patterns in sentences and practice speaking simple, correct sentences. Sometimes learners also hesitate too much because they're afraid of choosing the wrong word. This can make conversations feel awkward. The solution? Just keep talking. People are often more interested in understanding your message than pointing out small mistakes. The key to handling mistakes is to see them as opportunities to improve. Don't let the fear of being wrong hold you back. Instead, reflect on what went wrong, learn the correct way, and move on. Remember, the only real mistake is giving up. Building confidence. Now let's talk about one of the biggest barriers to speaking English: confidence. Many people hesitate to speak because they're afraid of making mistakes, being judged, or not sounding fluent. But here's the good news. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, step by step. Tip 1. Start small. Begin with simple conversations. Practice saying hello, asking for directions, or ordering food. Small wins like these will give you a sense of achievement and boost your confidence. Remember, even the most fluent speakers started with basic words and phrases. Tip 2. Practice in a safe environment. Find a safe space where you can practice without fear. This could be talking to yourself in the mirror, speaking with a trusted friend, or even practicing with a language app. The more comfortable you feel, the easier it will be to speak in other situations. Tip 3. Embrace mistakes. Instead of fearing mistakes, welcome them. Every mistake you make is a chance to learn something new. If someone corrects you, thank them and try again. Over time, you'll realize that mistakes are just part of the journey. Tip 4. Celebrate small successes. Did you introduce yourself in English today? Celebrate it. Did you have a short conversation without getting stuck? That's a win. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself of how far you've come. Tip 5. Visualize success. Imagine yourself speaking English fluently, confidently, and effortlessly. Visualization is a powerful tool that helps you stay motivated and focused on your goals. Confidence grows with practice, patience, and positivity. Keep challenging yourself, believe in your abilities, and remember, you're doing amazing just by trying. Practical exercises. Let's move on to the fun part, practical exercises. These activities will help you improve your English speaking skills and make your practice sessions engaging and effective. Remember, regular practice is the key to fluency. 1. Tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are a great way to improve pronunciation, clarity, and fluency. Start with simple ones like, she sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Say them slowly at first, focusing on each word, and gradually speed up. This exercise strengthens your tongue and improves your ability to pronounce tricky words. 2. Shadowing. Shadowing is a powerful technique for improving pronunciation and intonation. Here's how it works. Choose a short video or audio clip with clear English, such as a podcast, movie scene, or news segment. Listen to a sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly as you heard it. Try to match the speaker's speed, tone, and rhythm. Shadowing helps you sound more natural and improves your listening skills. 3. Storytelling. Practice storytelling to improve fluency and confidence. Start with a simple story you know well, like a fairy tale or a personal experience. For example, yesterday I went to the market. I saw fresh apples, bananas, and oranges. I bought some apples and made a delicious pie. As you become more comfortable, try adding more details and using new vocabulary. 4. Daily conversation practice. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes daily to have conversations in English. If you don't have a partner, pretend. For instance, imagine you're ordering coffee. Hello, I'd like a cappuccino, please. Sure, would you like it hot or iced? This helps you practice real-life scenarios and builds confidence. 5. Vocabulary challenge. Choose 5 to 10 new words each day and use them in sentences. For example, if your words are beautiful and sunset, you might say, "The sunset was beautiful today." By actively using new words, you'll remember them better. 6. Question and answer practice. Write down common questions like, "What's your favorite food?" or "Where are you from?" Practice answering them in full sentences. For example, question, "What's your favorite hobby?" Answer, "My favorite hobby is reading because it helps me relax and learn new things." 7. Record yourself. Record yourself speaking on your phone or computer. Listen to the playback to identify areas for improvement. This exercise helps you track progress and refine your pronunciation. Consistency is key. Incorporate these exercises into your daily routine. Even 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference. With time, you'll notice significant improvements in your fluency, pronunciation, and confidence. Motivation and encouragement. Let's take a moment to focus on something very important: motivation. Learning to speak English fluently can be challenging, but it's important to remember that countless people have faced the same obstacles and succeeded. You can too. One inspiring example is a man named Rohit, who grew up in a small village in India. He didn't have access to fancy schools or English-speaking environments, but he had a dream of working in an international company. Rohit started with simple steps. He learned basic vocabulary, practiced speaking with his friends, and listened to English podcasts every day. Slowly, he built his confidence. Today, Rohit works in a top tech company and speaks English fluently. What made the difference? Consistency, hard work, and belief in himself. Another story is about Maria from Brazil. She was terrified of speaking English because she thought her accent was too strong. But instead of giving up, Maria joined an online English group where people supported each other. She practiced speaking daily and reminded herself that her accent was a sign of her unique journey. Now she gives motivational talks in English, inspiring others around the world. The key takeaway from these stories is that it's not where you start, but how you continue. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, but every small effort adds up over time. Encouragement for you. You might feel frustrated or think, I'll never be fluent. But remember, everyone starts as a beginner. Even native speakers had to learn the language as children. The difference is that you're doing it with a purpose and determination. Stay consistent. Practice a little every day. Celebrate small wins. Every new word you learn, every sentence you say is progress. And most importantly, believe in yourself. You're capable of achieving more than you think. Think of this journey as climbing a mountain. It might be steep and rocky at times, but every step forward brings you closer to the top. And when you get there, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Keep going, you've got this. Conclusion. Let's wrap up everything we've learned today about how to speak English fluently. We started by understanding the challenges many learners face, like fear, lack of confidence, or limited vocabulary, and how these are completely normal and solvable. Then, we explored practical steps, from starting with basic sentences and daily practice to expanding your vocabulary and using tools like shadowing and storytelling. We also talked about how to handle mistakes, build confidence, and stay motivated with real-life success stories. Now, it's your turn to take action. Remember, every small step counts. Start practicing today, even if it's just speaking one sentence in English. Progress may seem slow at first, but with consistency, you'll see amazing results. If you found this video helpful, please like it to show your support. Don't forget to comment below with your own tips or challenges when learning English. I'd love to hear from you. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for more practical and motivating content to help you on your English learning journey. Thank you so much for watching. I believe in you, and I know you can achieve fluency if you stay dedicated and keep trying. Remember, the first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. So, why not start today? You've got this. Until next time, keep practicing and believing in yourself. See you in the next video.